Anyway, alright, so Fred decides to go right before the big battle happens. Oh, you decide to go talk to Melgraven. You head back inside Naxxramas. You walk inside, snip, 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 magic scissors. You find him chilling in his personal sanctum.
Hey there, buddy. What the hell is this, huh? Wait, you living about, huh? A big battle's about to happen?
Now, why would I endanger myself by going out onto the material plane to fight a giant undead army?
I don't know. You're the powerful wizard here, aren't you?
Okay, and I'm also a very intelligent wizard. Intelligent enough to know that I don't want to risk my life on that. Especially when I have fools such as your friends.
Fool. They're not fools. They're something else. But man, I can tell you this much. There's a thin line right here that you could be helping. A
And
very
why would
thin
I want to?
life, your own life. What is stopping James Castleton from just like, bulldozing his way through all of us and just
You!
going through here? Yeah, but there's a point to where, chances are kind of slim in a sense, you know?
You don't think you can handle this fellow? You're the one who
I'm not,
warned me about him.
I'm not saying we can't handle him. I'm just saying he might be a bit too out of our hands, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, this does sound like a big fat load of not my problem, however.
Oh, it is your problem.
How
What's
so?
stopping, tell me, what's stopping him from just, you know, bulldozing, coming here and just ripping your head off straight from the fucking scalp, you know?
Because he can't get here.
How do you know that? How the hell do you know that?
Tell me, Mr. Fred, do you know where you are right now? Do you still
Like, you're,
think you're inside Naxxramas? Do you
no, I
still
don't.
think you're on the material plane?
No,
Because you're
I'm
not. This, and he gestures to everything around him, is a projection. This is what we in the magical world call a demiplane, its own little hole in reality. And the only people able to get here are myself and people I allowed to be here, such as yourself. If I did not want you here, I could kick you out with a thought. This entire realm is of my own creation. No one can be here without my express permission.
yeah. You know what it says to me? You're afraid.
Afraid? Why would I be
Afraid.
afraid of a horde of zombies?
Man, this guy. This, you know, I'm not saying about the zombies. I'm saying James himself. You're afraid that you can't beat them. You're afraid you can, you know, strike him down, which is and put his head on a silver platter and display it where you can see it. Huh?
I tried to
Are
turn
you?
James Castleton into a fish the other day before he ran away.
What's stopping you from coming out here and helping us and turning into fish right now? Tell me.
Because I don't see a reason to risk myself, and you're more than willing to do the risking for me.
Risk doesn't mean success. Risk means doing what you feel like is right, in my opinion.
Your
And
friends
you,
offended me. I don't care about them.
what did they say? What did they say specifically?
And he will relate to you literally everything that happened last week with them coming here and basically boasting about the fact that they had this like incredibly valuable android. And yeah, they kept going on the same thing you were going on about how these androids have souls, and they refused my offer, which I take as an insult. And then they all ran away from me. Tell me, Fred, if
Because
someone ran away from you and bolted away with their arms flailing behind them, would you take that as a sign that they liked you?
no, I would say what the hell did I do? Like maybe I can make it better, you
Which is
know?
the reason I'm speaking to you about this right now. None of them have had the balls to come and talk to me.
Because they're afraid of you.
Good.
I'm seeing it. You know, scaring isn't a good tactic. Doing something, helping. You know,
Fred,
do or die.
I am a necromancer. Scaring people is something I do regardless whether I want to or not.
Isn't James a necromancer in sense?
Yes, as is everyone in this entire school. Why do you think we named it Naxxramas? It doesn't exactly inspire illusionary confidence, does it?
I'm not a big I'm not a big magic user myself.
Okay,
I
well,
had a sister.
surely you understand what I mean by there's a lot of people out there who are not as enlightened about magic as I do, and when I say the word necromancy, there's quite a few people out there who want to chop my head off because they assume all I do is make skeletons all day.
And prove them wrong. Here's your chance,
I
man.
am. Why do you think I've been fighting with the Magnamarian City Council to have my school set up right here in broad daylight? Who do you think was campaigning against the ban for necromancy? I have been doing everything I can to help my students.
And give them hope, you know? Just give them hope. That, you can prove that, oh, not all necromancers are bad. You seem like a good person, morally, in my opinion. You seem like a nice guy. I wouldn't mind, having a drink with you. But heck, but who is out there? He is pure goddamn evil. You know?
As
Prove them
far
wrong.
as far as the common man are concerned, I am Mr. James and I are both the exact same flavor of necromancy. We both make zombies, therefore we're both evil.
Are you evil person? Tell me. Are
I
you
don't th-
morally evil?
I don't think so. But it's not up to me
So,
how people think.
like, you love your mom, or like you love your dog or something like that, right?
I Yes.
Uncle James, he seems like an asshole, you know? He seems like a goddamn asshole who would, kill kill his own mother, his father, you know?
I
Prove them wrong. Be a person that you want people to think you are. Be, I don't know, scaring doesn't have to be necessarily proving your point. Doing something, you know?
You're still not telling me how exactly me defending this town and risking my own life is benefiting me in any way. What, just for the PR?
It's sending a message that, not all necromancers, are like, oh, I'm gonna raise the dead for my own, deeds. Maybe, raise the dead because, people need help, not against their own will, but, like, just I don't know, help build houses, like nurse people. Mine, like think about it. Join, think about it. Maybe you can change your perspective for like the idea of necromancy. Maybe make people want to join your school. Maybe more PR rep. Think about it. This is your chance. I cut out.
Brad.
Uh, yeah, did I cut out?
Yeah, I think we both cut out. No worries.
We heard what you said, right?
Say it again. Sorry.
I think I was just going straight from the floating heart, man. Sorry, I
You're saying something to the effect of defend yourself so people say that show that necromancers aren't evil.
yeah, exactly. No, like think about it. How many students are here? Maybe to widen the range of necromancy. Not give it a bad rap. This could be your chance.
Hmm. Roll me a diplomacy check.
I use that +2 I got.
You can use the +2 you got if you'd like.
All right. Give me a second. It's exclamation mark 1d20.
1d20 plus your bonus to diplomacy.
All right. Oh, give me a second. I need to go check my sheet real quick.
All right.
Did I do it wrong? I think I did it wrong.
Let me go. Dice rolling. Yeah, I think you did it. I think it's slash roll.
That's wrong.
Maybe I don't remember. Also, damn, why are you doing talking if you have no ranks in diplomacy, man?
I just got.
You should put skill points in that skill.
I got like a -2
Then why
charisma
are you talking to this guy?
because
Oh my god.
it's. Listen, I talked to him before. I managed to give him some sort of,
Alright, for future reference, put points in diplomacy if you want to try and convince someone of something.
uh,
Alright, what did you
what
get?
now? 13.
13. Alright. Again, man, you need to put more ranks in diplomacy if you want help with this sort of stuff.
I know. I know. I just, listen. I'm trying to get as much help as we can possibly can for this.
Alright, the wizard strokes his beard and he says, hmm. He thinks about it, but he is going to shake his head and saying, I'm sorry, but do not think of me as selfish for saying this, but I do not see much reason to assist you, given the stakes involved and given how dangerous this person is. That being said, however, what you say is true, and I shall do my best to prove to you that necromancers are not the most evil people. And in doing so, I would be willing to lend you something.
What you got?
Tell me, my friend, where do you think your group is lacking? On the offense or on the defense?
That's a ooh, that's a good question actually, right there. Yeah. Can I have a second to think about this?
By all means. The spell pool grants me access to a number of artifacts. I cannot utilize these artifacts, they are not truly here, but with my powers, I can manifest them into reality for a time in order for you to borrow one. It is payment the spell pool requires to be repaid, but it is a payment I am happy to make on your behalf via necromantic magic.
What do you mean by payment?
We of the Arcane Order are organized around something known as the spell pool. I highly doubt that someone of your mind will be able to wrap your head around. I do not mean to call you out for your lack of intelligence, it is simply, let's simply call it a magical thing and leave it at that. In essence, it allows us to siphon magic in incredible ways as long as we repay as long as we are able to repay any debt we incur upon the spell pool. And I assure you, my good friend, I have been running a positive balance with that bank for quite some time.
Hmm. I think we're. Hmm, yeah, not gonna lie, it's kind of a hard question.
Well, then allow me to give you specifics. For your battle against this undead horde, I offer you two things. And he holds out his hands, and you'll see the image of two items appear in each of his hands. The first one kind of looks like a jeweled necklace. The other one looks like a metal barrel. He gestures to the necklace and says, "This necklace would kill you if someone such as yourself wore it. However, were this to be employed by at least someone who had a moderate amount of knowledge of arcane spellcasting, they could literally summon the void into existence, ripping a hole out of reality and temporarily creating a hole in space-time through which none can escape. Or this," and she gestures to the metal barrel, "this is a mechanical device that has the ability to transform into a massive constructed beetle, laying waste to any foe outside while rendering those inside completely invincible."
I think I'll take the necklace.
All right. He what's it called? He kind of walks over to you see him kind of walk over to like the center of the center of this giant floating platform you have in. He kind of closes his hands together, and you see him just start to like very focus and concentrate at the center, where you are gonna see like the art on the walls around him, or like the art on the floor of the ceiling, like warp and change as he begins to as Melgraven begins to focus his magic. The scenery around you changes as well, like originally, it was like this very snowy looking forest. It seems to shift and change. You see like this giant ancient empire, then you see this massive citadel made out of ice crowns, then you see this massive burning plain of fire. You see this ginormous dragon, and you see this massive blackened explosion that just it appears to just create nothing. Like there's this massive explosion, but it's the sort of thing where it's like if you look right at the center of a hydrogen bomb, there's like nothing. Like everything just seems to vaporize as this explosion like contracts in on itself. And holy shit, let me get you a picture of this item.
Into the shadow realm, I guess, you know?
It's not quite Millennium Puzzle, but you're getting pretty close. Uh, where?
Wait, so it's technically a black hole in a sense.
So, something along those lines, but a little bit more magical. And oh, that's what they look like. Cool. All right. And in his hands, you're going to see this materialize. Let me get you a picture of it. It appears to be a golden chain depicting a leering green devil head, and its mouth is open and like inside the mouth is like absolute blackness.
So
He holds
do
it and
I
he what's called it's just hovering in his hand, and he says, "I would suggest not touching it unless you happen to be a spellcaster."
then how how do I even and how do I put it in my pocket then? If you
He conjures a towel in his second hand.
know, Frederick grabs it and thanks.
You take the talisman. Even though the talisman itself appears to be what's it called? This giant like golden medallion. As you hold it, like it immediately feels way heavier than it normally is. This tiny necklace appears to weigh like 50 pounds in your hands. This
So,
necklace is absolutely useless to you right now. However, I shall spend the next few minutes conjuring the ammunition that it requires.
so all you gotta do is put it around someone's neck, and it'll just, like send them away or something like that.
As long as the wearer of this talisman knows how to use arcane magic, the talisman will inform them of of its abilities. I shall get around to conjuring the whole. And a final word of advice: don't touch it.
Like, all right, so let me get this straight. You have to wear it to activate it, right?
Once no, what I'm saying is this talisman does nothing on its own. However, when confronted by a hole in the multiverse, this talisman allows you to move it around.
All right. And the ammunition is what's the ammunition? What is it?
My good Fred, are you familiar at all with let me perhaps I am being a bit too technical. Do the words sphere of annihilation mean anything to you?
Nothing personally. If I can put two words together,
It is a giant hole in the multiverse. Any matter that comes in contact with a sphere such as this is sucked into the void between dimensions, gone and utterly destroyed. Impossible to be recreated. Only by immortal magic such as the gods can bring back someone who touches this sphere. Only this talisman and those of incredibly strong mental will can move that sphere.
so and I guess that we put in the mouth of the necklace, right?
Oh no. The the that particular necklace is it's carved after a rather famous sphere of annihilation, a rather famous sorcerer before your time, of course, human. He created a evil tomb, and that image on your necklace right there of the leering devil face, inside of which he put a sphere of annihilation. I imagine that is why this talisman has decided to take this form.
Not the help I thought I would get, but help nonetheless. Man. I go to shake
All
his
I
hand.
ask is don't touch the talisman, because
Don't touch
not
the
even
top.
Sarenrae will be able to save you if you are in contact with that sphere.
So, oh, okay, I'm gonna get the rules down. Don't touch necklace. You need high enough will, and just send them back. Just like make them unmade, essentially. Got it.
If the sphere that this necklace controls touches anything, it no longer exists. No save, no attack roll. It just doesn't exist anymore.
I'm going for a handshake.
Can
Right
you
with them.
Are you able to shake his hand even when you're holding this massively heavy talisman?
I put it on the ground and just going for handshake.
You'll notice as soon as it leaves your hand, it appears to go back to like weighing like a pound. Like it appears to only be heavy for you specifically. But he'll shake your
All right.
hand and say, "Enjoy it. That was quite the donation the spell pool lasted me, but it should only last the hour."
Yep. Gotcha. And Fred just gives a thumbs up for trying to find exit. Do you mind if you can take me back into the front of the building? I
He
wanna.
he pulls out a pair of scissors, cuts a portal, and you jump through.
And I just regroup with the group.
Cool. And I imagine you can talk about that in text because I need to go work out right now.
All right. Okay. I'm. Oh fuck. Like yeah. Who has most arcane? Like
That's
Ashton
a
does.
good question. You might need to talk to people about that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I am a little bit confused, but I can make it work.
And it makes sense. Fred isn't used to super high powered magical shit.
Yeah, and I'm kind of at a loss right now that it works. You know what I mean?
Well, it could do nothing. That's an option.
I mean, you gotta think positively.
TTYL.
You too, man. You have a good day.